Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on? Here in this situation, if you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And that one results in 35 yards. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And some changes here as the D-line separates some.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw now on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Dante Fowler coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Gun. They'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Detroit! Leopard! No. All right, here we go. 3-19! Leopard! Detroit! Leopard!
On third down, here's Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. They'll start the drive here with an end around. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on second down.
Let's go.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Fuller. Now he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
In motion right is Robinson. final play of the half. It's Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And spins away. And now running right through it. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here we go now. No. Check. Patriot. No. Check. Patriot. Set.
On second down, Trubisky. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They find some open field here. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Now let's go.
Fournette, a first down carry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Now it's Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down right at the 45. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
No. Check. Patriot.
So the D-line's going to spread out. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Trubisky on third and long. And this is going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
On second down, Williams takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Raiders on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's the Raiders punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And out out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 67 yards. And here we go on 1st and goal. This on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Will Fuller with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Mario Edwards in there to sack him for a loss of 6. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And he'll be knocked down sideways at the 47-yard line. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment and shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. Dancing to his left. Fights off the defender. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
The Raiders on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They're going to look to throw. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. Down to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Some space here. There he goes inside the 30. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the 4th quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They go play action with Trubisky. Dumps it off to Fournette. Powering his way forward. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal. So the chains are on their sides. It's first and goal from the 6. They go play action here on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. They have the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. So we're getting symptomatic.
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
He was out there waving his arms. I mean, you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
No. Check. Patriot. All right, here we go. Green. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air.
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mario Edwards in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Need something for